the Führer went on 60 Minutes and he just showed off how pathetic and fat and fascist and degraded and decaying and rageful he is. So our fat fucking president decided to go on many different rants about how ICE has not gone hard enough and Zoran Mamdani is a ugly communist and I'm so much better looking than him. And actually, grocery prices have gone down. You're wrong. And tariffs are a good thing. They're great. He did a insane 60 Minutes interview that lasted an hour and 13 minutes. And it was then cut down to 25 minutes for TV. Now, here's the thing. I don't give a shit if you edit the interview. What I do give a shit about is the fact that Donald Trump sued 60 Minutes for editing their Kamala Harris interview. And he said that he suffered emotional damages that were irreparable. And he got like, what, $16 million from them. And then, just so you know, CBS is a whole bunch of fucking pussies. Got on their knees and apologized and sucked Donald's crusty orange micro cock because they didn't want to get, dude. You know what you should have fucking done? You should have held the goddamn line and said, nah, freedom of the press, bitch boy. But instead, we got this weird fucking edited 60 Minutes interview where our Führer is just telling us how much he hates us. Just telling us how much he fucking hates. It's the most delusional shit. We are not going to watch the entire thing. We have an amalgamation of different clips that were gathered by ACYN on Twitter. Massive shout out to ACYN or Akin or Asin or whatever the fuck your name is. You're a legend. You provide some of the best fucking clips I've ever seen. We have a lot of this to cover. It's really fucking bad. Oh, we're going to war with Nigeria. We're going to war with Nigeria. Isn't that weird? Trump was on Air Force One going, we're going to bomb the shit out of Nigeria. We're going to send in the military, guns a-blazing. It's a direct quote. He said, we'll send in the military, guns a-blazing. Now, why is this? This is because the people surrounding him have convinced him that there is a Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. There isn't. However, there is a genocide going on in Sudan. We're not going to do anything about that. Donald's not going to do a goddamn thing about that. The genocide in Sudan has gotten so bad that you could see the blood from fucking satellites. It's not a joke. I'm not going to be showing you these images, but you could look them up. You could see the blood-stained dirt from satellite images and piles of fucking corpses. It is insane. And we're not going to do anything about it. Meanwhile, don't forget when Trump was like, there's a white genocide in South Africa. These people do not give a shit about anything or anyone other than establishing this theocratic fascist Christian nation. We're not going to war, little bro. We bombed Iran. We're about to bomb Nigeria. We bombed Venezuela. We bombed Lebanon. We bombed Libya. We bombed Somalia. We bombed Syria. We threatened to invade Greenland. We threatened to invade Mexico. We threatened to annex Canada. We threatened to invade Panama. What else? There's got to be more. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. We're threatening to bomb Colombia. Gaza. We armed the entire genocide of Gaza. Like, dude, I'm gonna be a little bit cancelable here. If you think that we're not in any wars, you're fucking retarded. I don't give a shit. Cancel me. I don't care. So real quick, also, we got new merch. Check this out. We got the Duty Calls merch line. It is available now. You can go check it out. Right down below. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps me immensely. Yikes, Chris, come on. Fucking cancel me. I don't give a shit. All right, so now we're going to watch some clips of Donald Trump on 60 Minutes. Here we go. Let's get a quick look at your face. You are drenched in oil. Your entire fucking rotted ass face is orange. You have a flapping turkey beef neck pussy as a neck. Your fat fucking ankles are spilling out of your socks. Your hands are constantly blue from the never-ending intravenous that you get. You're completely fucking bald and have a stapled white toupee covering your liver spots. And last but not least, you haven't seen your micro-chode in over a decade, you morbidly obese fascist fuck. So no, you're not as good looking as Zoran Kwame Mamdani, my Lisan al-Gaib. We've got more clips. It doesn't end. He says that ICE has not gone far enough. Look at this. So he's so fucking stupid, he thinks that you can just send people back to their war-torn countries that they have fled because of how dangerous it is, especially countries like Venezuela, bro. They have like lists of like counter operation for people who have fled Venezuela. They have lists where if you end up stepping foot back in Venezuela, they're going to target you. They're going to kill your ass, right? He thinks that you can send people back to war-torn, gang-riddled countries, and then they can just magically make their way to the southern border and wait for the average of 5 years. That's the average wait time to enter from the southern border legally, and then get in. Here's the thing, guys. If you want less illegal migrants, you need to speed up the legal migration process. The same way that when we wanted to destroy the illegal marijuana trade coming in from the southern border, right? We were getting, remember El Chapo? We were getting a lot of weed from the southern border, from cartels. Guess what we did? We legalized weed, not federally, but we legalized it in so many states, and it practically fucking killed the weed trade. Because now it's legal. Now we can regulate it. Now the stock market can profit from it. Now people can build businesses. It is the easiest fucking thing in the world. If you want to stop illegal migration, speed up the legal migration process. Make it easier. Then you won't have fucking Raul standing there going, hey, hombre, come here, man. I can get you across the border in like 2 days, man. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, man. All you gotta do is give me $15,000. I'll get you across, man. You wanna get rid of his business? Make it fucking easy to cross legally.
Recently, Americans have...
All right, we got more. It's not gonna end for a little bit.
Have been watching videos of ICE tackling
we just
a young
watched this
mother
one.
in local elections.
Yeah, Trump saying he's better looking than Mamdani. All right, we got more here. There's some. Oh, here's him talking on Air Force One, talking about TiVo. I want you to understand how brain dead this guy is. He doesn't know what year it is. TiVo, nobody's used TiVo in a fucking dog's age, okay? Who the fuck? I haven't heard the word TiVo in a decade. And this insane motherfucker, listen to him.
I will try, but we may land just as it starts, right? It's very split second, but thank goodness for TiVo or something thereof, right? TiVo. We're a big fan. We love TiVo. We love TiVo. One of my favorite, one of the greatest inventions in history. Have a good time. Thank you. Thank you.
Dude, and I bet you he does think TiVo is one of the greatest inventions in history because of how addicted he is to watching the fucking TV. Addicted. We know that Donald Trump has an addiction to Fox News to the point where Caroline Leavitt, the whore White House press secretary, the harlot who got pregnant before she was married, which I don't have a problem with, but the entire MAGA base does, so I'll be calling you a fucking harlot, bitch. She has been trying to create some form of a Fox News style White House press secretary meeting so that Trump can understand what goes on in the mornings, because he doesn't listen, he doesn't read, he doesn't give a fuck about those meetings. They need a Fox Newsified version for him. But listen to this. Listen, this is when he's talking about healthcare now. And a friendly reminder that the reason why Donald Trump took away your food stamps and the SNAP benefits for 40 million Americans is because he's using it as a bargaining chip to take away your healthcare. He's saying, I will take away your food if you don't let me take away your health care. And if you don't let me take away your health care, I'm going to take away both. So either give me your fucking health care or also lose your food stamps. This is because Donald Trump and all of the fascists, they want you to die. They don't care about you. They actually consider you to be less than human because you don't support the regime. This is what Nazis do. This is what fascists do.
We are now approaching the longest shutdown in American history.
Democrats' fault.
He's actually like a fucking 6-year-old. Yo, MAGA, is this your guy? Is this your fucking big, brave leader? We're approaching the longest government shutdown in American history. Democrats' fault! Not mine! Ah! Not mine! You're the fucking president. You own all 3 branches. You even own the fucking Supreme Court. The Democrats have 0 power, dog. This is all on you.
Give us an extension.
You know what's funny? We're about to break the record for the longest government shutdown ever. Do you know who held the record before Donald Trump for the longest government shutdown ever? Do you know whose record he's about to break? I'll give you a second in chat. I'll give you a second. Whose record is he about to break? His own! His own. Right now, the longest government shutdown was his during his first term. Now, he's gonna break the record in his second term. Hey, MAGA voters, get on your hands and knees and eat my shitty fucking ass, because you're so goddamn brain dead that you ended up voting for a fascist who doesn't give a fuck about you, he doesn't give a fuck about farmers, he doesn't give a fuck about anything or anyone other than himself. And you were stupid enough to vote for it. You dumb fuck. I hate these two, Cuck Schumer and AIPAC Shakur over here. These two are the literal reason why the Democrat Party has the reputation it does. Because we are led by these two fucking weasels, not to include big mommy milkers Nancy Pelosi, Nancy Kablomi, like dude, like dead ass. These two are the reason why the Democrats have such bad fucking representation. When I think of the Democrat Party, I think of Zoran Mamdani. Now, the thing is, Zoran Mamdani's a socialist. The Democrats, they don't endorse him. They don't support him. But that is real leftist progressive policy. That is supposed to be the status quo. That way you can leave wiggle room for real leftists. I know Trump is like, Zoran's a communist. I wish. He's not. He's barely a fucking socialist. He's like a social democrat, and he's advocating for very basic, very possible, very believable policies. If you made Zoran Mamdani the status quo for the Democrat Party, you would leave wiggle room for some real fucking communists to come out and go, hey, I'm running on democratizing the workforce, and they wouldn't have a leg to fucking stand on against him.
Open the government if Republicans.
Wait. Chatter just goes, bro, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Trump has improved this country so much that I barely see homeless people on the street. Do you know why you barely see homeless people on the street? Because Donald Trump signed an executive order making it illegal to be homeless. They have been rounding up the homeless and sending them to a slave labor camp in Utah. This isn't even a fucking joke. Have you noticed all the shopping carts full of, like homeless people in New York City have a shopping cart, and they fill it with all the stuff that they own, and the shopping carts are on the street. Just there. No one with it. Do you know how fucking eerie that is? That's everything they own. They're being kidnapped and sent to labor camps, bro.
That is terrible. It's border from Biden.
Oh yeah, meanwhile, don't forget, guys, while we're cutting SNAP benefits and healthcare, Donald Trump held a great Gatsby-themed party at Mar-a-Lago where they had like fucking dancers. They were pretending like it was the 1920s. They were dressed up like, with the feathers and shit like that. I forgot the name of the fucking women, but they were not the suffragettes. I forgot the name of them, but they're literally they're pissing in our face and telling us it's pissing. You know the phrase, don't piss in my face and tell me it's raining? No, they're pissing in our face and telling us that it's pissing. And the MAGA Republicans are going, thank you for all the piss, Donnie. Thank you for all the piss. What the fuck?
And nobody can do that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been allowed to run for president, brother. You tried to overthrow the United States government on January 6, 2021 in a violent attempted coup d'etat where a woman fucking died and multiple cops ended up having to be hospitalized. You then pardoned every single one of those terrorists who tried to overthrow our fucking Capitol. They built a fucking gallows and were chanting, hang Mike Pence, your own vice president. You led a fat Gravy SEAL army into the fucking Capitol building and tried to overthrow our government. Not only should you have not been allowed to run, you should have been dragged by your fucking earlobe into solitary confinement and locked in a goddamn box. You fucking disgrace.
This year, the president has pardoned.
Just a little list.
Oh my God.
Look at this.
I love when he does this. I love when he brings a list.
Wars.
President Trump wanted to make sure we saw the list of 8 international.
Oh my God. What a fucking doofus. What a fucking doofus. Holy shit.
Conflicts he says he's been able to end since returning to office.
The President Trump, the president of peace. President Trump has ended 8 wars in just 8 months. Cambodia and Thailand. Kosovo and Serbia. DRC and Rwanda, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, Israel and Hamas. You think the war between Israel and Hamas has ended? Really? You dumb fuck. You hope you can have the same year that we had? Brother, this was the worst year in American history by far. You have destroyed every semblance of the nation we used to know. Every one of our allies doesn't trust us anymore. Our enemies no longer fear us. We have a crumbling economy being propped up by an artificial AI bubble that is about to fucking pop. You took away the health care, you took away the food stamps, you made a mass Gestapo unit patrol the streets, you're threatening to deploy the military to all 50 states, we're at war with Venezuela, we're going to war with Nigeria, you're threatening to go to war with Mexico, you're threatening to go to war with Colombia. What the fuck do you mean we want the same year? MAGA voters, bro, jump ship or sink.
Have been acknowledged to have the. I'll be very happy.
There's been a lot of talk about.
Holy shit, bro. He actually believes this too. He actually believes it's been the best 9 months in American history. Here's where he says, I'm not a Nazi.
I think it's a lot of the rhetoric. Look, they call me a Nazi all the time. I'm not a Nazi. I'm the opposite. I'm somebody that's saving our country. But they call me Nazi. They have talking points, you know? They have just talking points. And the press is largely responsible for it. The fake news, what they've done, I think one of the greatest terms I've ever come up with is fake news. What they've done to our country is very bad. They have to change around. Now, nobody believes the fake news. Nobody believes them. I mean, they've gone, you talk about popularity, you talk about approval. Their approval numbers have gone from like in the 90s to in the teens now.
Brother, your disapproval rating among young voters is 75%. Young voters between the ages of 18 and 26, your disapproval rating is 75%. Your approval rating overall has plummeted to the low 30s. Fucking nobody supports you anymore. Even your MAGA base is jumping ship because of how such a terrible fucking leader you are. Holy fucking shit. All right. All right. There's a couple more.
Economy?
I mean, I could go point. These
Can I
are
ask
not
you about the
80-20.
economy?
These are 99 to 1 issues. And they don't change. I just watched this morning a
Mr.
show
President,
where...
can I ask you about the economy?
Just one thing. I watched a show this morning where a very well-known Democrat congressman was fighting like hell for men playing in women's sports.
Who?
They don't change. They
Who
don't
was
learn.
that?
I don't want to tell you. You'll be able to check it. Just check your local TV.
Okay.
I've got a girlfriend. Oh, who is it, Donald? I don't want to tell you. She goes to a different school. It doesn't matter. You don't need to know her name. You're such a fucking liar, dude. Who the fuck believes this shit? Who believes this shit? Oh, okay. That's all I've got for you. There are definitely more clips. But I can't keep on listening to this fat fucking buffoon lie on camera, non-fucking stop. So what do we got here? We've got the President of the United States did a 73-minute long interview on 60 Minutes that was cut down to 25 minutes, despite the fact that he sued 60 Minutes for editing their interview with Kamala Harris. But now they're editing his interview to make him look like he doesn't have dementia, like he doesn't have Alzheimer's, and to make it look like his brain does work, despite the fact that we all know he's a dementia-ridden fucking moron. That's what we just saw. I don't know what to tell you other than the fact that I think day by day, more and more Americans are realizing that this guy is actually mentally deficient and a threat to democracy and the worst president in American history and the most corrupt politician in American history. Donald Trump is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most corrupt politician in American history. Throughout every sector. I'm purposefully not saying the most corrupt president, because that goes without being said. He is the most corrupt politician in American fucking history. If you disagree with me, you're wrong and stupid. Thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti VOD. If you're here live, you stay. We got more news to cover. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Remember, this is real independent media. I have no funding. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a billionaire or a government. So if you do want to support the channel financially, a couple of ways you could do it. You could buy merch like the Democratic Socialist merch or the new merch line, the Duty Calls merch. We got mugs, we got shirts, we got hoodies. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. Big shouts out to everybody who has tipped me. You can click the join button down below to become a member, which will give you access to member-only content and some cool emotes. And you could become a patron on Patreon. Big shouts out to all of the patrons. Thank you very much. I'll catch you on the next video, and do me one last favor. Click that video right over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers.